Hi everyone, this is Balázs from RacingBrick, and today I will show you a LEGO icon set I honestly didn't believe was real. This is the 11308 road bike. I'm not riding a regular bike, I use my trusty recumbent trike to have fun on 3 wheels, but this release got me genuinely excited. When I first saw this box image, I honestly thought someone was playing with AI again. There are barely any studs visible, and only when you start spotting them, like here on the stand, you begin to realize the scale of the build and the size of those wheels. This thing is massive. According to the official dimensions, it's 60 cm long and 36 cm tall. Just look at these lifestyle images, this build is ridiculously large. And compared to that size, 1015 pieces doesn't sound like much. The price will be €120 or $130 and it will be available from the 1st of June. I will link the product page in the description and in the pinned comment once it goes live. Now let's take a closer look at the official high-resolution images because there's a lot to discuss here. First and foremost, the wheels. Obviously a new part, but actually not just one. If you look closely, the rim is built from multiple segments, and this image even shows the individual elements, including the spokes. There are 12 segments in a wheel. At first I thought the tire would also be segmented and attached to the rim pieces, but no, that's a single piece, and it is probably the largest tire LEGO has ever produced. Based on my calculations, the diameter should be around 30 to 32 studs, which makes it roughly twice as large as the already substantial wheels on big Technic motorcycles. But that's not all, we also got a brand new Technic gear here. This is a 64-tooth gear, and I'm really curious to see when it will show up in a Technic set. If you thought LEGO made a dedicated piece for that very realistic water bottle, I don't blame you, but that's actually a gearbox part. It might be familiar from the McLaren P1, reused and recolored in dark bluish grey. Brilliant part usage. The frame itself is mostly built from system elements, which is quite impressive. Hinges and ingot connections are used to create the geometry, and it looks very convincing. We also get proper handlebars with brake levers, which is a really nice touch. Now the drivetrain. It does work, we don't have a video yet, but the official images show the chain and wheel moving, and according to the description, it even has a freewheel mechanism for coasting, plus derailleurs. Now, I don't want to nitpick, but this very much looks like a single-speed setup. So what we are probably looking at here is not a real derailleur, but a chain tensioner that just looks like one. Still very impressive, but mechanically quite different. I might be wrong though, I'm not familiar with every bike setup out there, so if you are, let me know in the comments. The coasting mechanism most likely uses the gear hidden here. It might be similar to the Technic clutch gears we had so far, although I think those would be too strong for this purpose, so this might be another interesting new piece. For the rest of the details, we get a removable rear light, a nicely shaped seat with some clever part usage, including hockey sticks, brick-built pedals and even working steering. All in all, this is a very convincing and unique display model, and I was genuinely surprised to see something like this released without a licensed brand. But thinking about it, that actually makes sense. Bike enthusiasts tend to be very loyal to specific brands, so going generic probably makes this appealing to a much wider audience. Will this become a series like the Technic motorcycles? Honestly, I'm not sure. It would feel like a bit of a waste to use those huge tires and rim elements only once, but at the same time, their design limits how easily they can be reused. For example, they wouldn't really work for a mountain bike. If this ends up being a one-off, I can already imagine the Technic Formula 1 crowd getting quite upset, wondering why a generic bike gets custom rims and tires, while all those 1/8 scale F1 cars are still running on skinny rears. But I'm sure LEGO did their calculations there. Anyway, this is a very unique set, mainly a display piece, but with some working functions. The drivetrain is a bit simplified, but it's still impressive that it works at all. And with all these new parts, I can't wait to see what the community comes up with. So let me know what you think. Do you like the set, the new parts, the whole concept? Let's talk about it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications, as more exciting LEGO videos are coming soon. See you next time, bye bye.